What is up, my internet people? I have been on 40 milligrams, been staying on 40 milligrams, because you're supposed to do your blood test. Wow, I am like screaming and I'm talking so fast. Okay, because you're supposed to do your blood test, 1 week before your dermatologist appointment, but, because I'm a total idiot and I fucked up, I did my blood test 1 day before my dermatologist appointment, and right now we are in April. So that was for March, and so I went to my appointment and he said that my skin was really good and everything was bomb as fuck, but he didn't have my blood test, so he's like, I can't give you a new prescription unless I see your blood test because, you know, you could be pregnant or some bullshit like that. So he told me to call back a week later when he got the blood test, which, for the record, doctors are supposed to call you when they have information. You're not supposed to call them. Just goes to show you how much of a asshole he is. But yeah, so I called them back a week later, and the receptionist said that he kept me at 40 milligrams. I was like, but I've already been on 40 milligrams for 2 months. I've already been doing 40 milligrams for 2 months. I can't decide if he kept me at 40 milligrams for a 3rd month because he was mad at me because I didn't do my blood test in time and he just kind of brushed it off and was like, oh, fuck it, give the girl 40 milligrams next. Or if he's actually like legitimately keeping me at 40 milligrams. I have not increased from 40 milligrams, but my skin is pretty good actually. Like, it's doing really well. There's no bumps. My redness is going away now that I don't scrub my face or anything like that. So I'm pretty satisfied actually. I have been on this treatment for 6 months, which is absolutely crazy to think about that I started this 6 months ago, because it feels like just yesterday I looked like a fucking extraterrestrial alien baby of something from another world because my face was so bad. But here we are today, 6 months later, so we fucking made it. I was supposed to only be on this treatment for 6 months. That's what my dermatologist said at the beginning, but now I don't know how long I'm gonna be on it for. I could be on it for 7 months, 8 months. I don't know. That's what that is. Quick update, still on 40 milligrams, just to let y'all know. I have a really big life update. Where the fuck do I even start with this bullshit story? I started off this story with an iPhone 6. And the battery was complete bullshit. It used to just die on me all the time, out of nowhere. I'd be scrolling through Instagram and it would just die. Like, that doesn't work for me. Like, I'm trying to enjoy scrolling through social media and you're just gonna die on me? Like, that's not your job. You have one job, you're supposed to work for me, and it's not working for me. Even when it was really cold outside, it used to die, which I can totally understand, yo. I totally get it. If you are in extreme temperatures, my little baby iPhone, you know, it's hard for you to do your job in extreme temperatures. It's hard for me to do my job in extreme temperatures. Totally get it. It's fine. But it would die when it's cold outside at like 90%. No, that's not what I'm about. If you're at 90%, that's bullshit. You're not supposed to just die in the middle of what I'm doing. It was super inconvenient, blah, blah, blah. One night, I was just scrolling through whatever, doing my thing, and it just died. And it never turned back on. It never turned back on. I still cannot turn it on to this day. I went to the Apple store and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Why is this happening? Why do I have to deal with this? And they're like, oh, we're gonna restore it. We're gonna troubleshoot it. You know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can't restore or troubleshoot a phone that won't turn on. I'm no expert or genius, but you know, I know some things. So yeah, my phone wouldn't turn on, and then the guy at Apple was like, well, you know, you've had your phone for more than a year. You've had it for 1.5 years. And I was like, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. He's like, you know, there's really nothing we can do for you. No! I've had my phone for 1.5 years. The warranty is 1 year. Phones are supposed to last more than 1 year, okay? And then he started saying to me all this like bullshit, like, oh, do you use your phone when it's charging? Well, duh, everybody uses their phone when it's charging. Do not fucking sit here and tell me that you do not use your phone when it's charging, because I know you do. I know you do. Everybody does. I am not the only one. I know you do. We have all done it. It's 2016, okay? You have used your phone when it's charging. Okay? Then he's like, oh yeah, maybe that's the reason why, you know, your battery's shit. And at that point, I was just like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Fuck you. If you're not gonna give me a new phone, then fuck you. So, yeah, he's like, I'm sorry, that's just our policy. Like, I just work here. There's nothing I can do. So then, I proceeded to walk my sorry ass over to Rogers. Side note here, I have been with Rogers since I was in grade 6. And I hate the company. It's a shit company. If you're with Bell or TELUS or whatever the fuck and you're thinking of switching over to Rogers, do not make a shit life decision like that. This is a sign from God telling you not to switch over to Rogers because it's shit, it's total shit, I hate it. I've been with Rogers for like literally 10 years, maybe even 9 years. And I had 2 months left of my contract. I had 2 months, I was gonna be out of there in 2 months and I was gonna switch. But they're like, if you want to get a new phone for $0, you have to renew your 2-year contract. And I was like, okay, alright, fine, do it up. They're like, for a $0 phone that you can like finance or whatever, but like to pay $0 up front, you can either get an iPhone 5 or you can get an Android. At this point, I'm like, you know what, fuck iPhone, fuck Team iPhone, y'all suck, Apple didn't do nothing for me, Team Android. So, got my first Android ever, and it was an LG G4. And I was like, aight, we're ready. And then the guy said, if you don't like it, you can come back within 16 days and exchange it if there's not over 30 minutes of calling and you don't have like a certain amount of text. No problem, bro, this is fine. I'll be fine. So get home, start using it, have it for like 3 days, and I'm like, you know what? First of all, I don't really like this phone, if you want me to be completely honest. I don't know. If you have an LG G4, good for you. I couldn't do it. I'm an iPhone person, and I know like I'm a shit person to say that, because like I feel like Androids are better, but like my soul is just like Apple, like who I am is just Apple. Like I just work better with Apple products. So I was like, oh, I was just so unhappy and it just wasn't working and I was trying to force myself to make this work, but it wasn't working. So then I was like, you know what, this is bullshit. Like I have an iPhone 6 that I've had for like a fucking year and a half. I didn't do anything wrong. I walked into Apple again on a different day. I went back there on a different day and I saw the same guy that helped me before. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I walked up to him and I was like, yo, let me speak to your manager right now. Talked to the manager and I was like, I have no complaints about this guy that I had before. He was super nice. He was really hot, actually, besides the point. After about like 15 minutes of like convincing this guy, he's like, okay, we're gonna go into the phone, we're gonna thoroughly do a check, and he's like, if there is actually no water damage, then we will give you a brand new iPhone 6. Hell yes, bitch! That's what should have happened the first time I came in. Check that shit. Check that shit. Honestly, I was sitting in the Apple store and it was like an episode of Maury, at least in my head. And then he came out from the back after he was done checking it and all I could think in my head is, the results are in. Jennifer, there is no water damage to your phone. Oh! I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it! I fucking told you! I fucking told you people there was no water damage to my phone! I told y'all! I told you! I told you! You should have done this the first time I came in! I told you there was no water damage! I didn't do anything wrong! BAM! He gave me a new iPhone 6, which is what I'm filming on right now. But now, yes, I do have my iPhone back, but now I bought this LG phone. Like, I got it for $0, but now I have to pay it off in my contract for the next 2 fucking years. I even tried making a video on the Android, and the front camera shit. It was like 3 pixels, and I was just like, no, and no. So then I tried to use the back camera, and I was like, I can't see what I'm doing. Like, when I do videos, I do like selfie mode, so I can like see what the fuck is happening, but when it's like flipped over, I don't know what the fuck's happening. I even put a mirror behind it. Like, I went all out. Like, I tried really hard to, like, you know, work with this phone and try new things. And, like, I actually tried to, you know, do it. And then I watched the video over again. And I was like, no. Like, iPhone camera is better. I know this sounds really shallow, but I don't really care. Camera quality is really important to me because I take a lot of pictures with my friends, of myself, if you want me to be fucking honest. I take a lot of videos, you know, and I just like to remember moments. I have an abundance of pictures from grade 7, 8, and 9 that I go through sometimes, and I am so happy that I took like a million pictures with my friends for those years, because now I can look through them and be like, wow, I was an idiot when I was in grade 7. But you know, you'll always have those memories. So when I'm 30, I'm gonna look at all the pictures I'm taking now and be like, wow, I was an idiot. But I'm glad I took all those pictures because I have those memories. But yeah, so yeah. Yeah, that was my little story. I really do have to go to work now, so just wanted to give you a quick update, and yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Bye, see you soon.